Hello again. I'm joined by Phil Taylor, the most successful player in the history of darts, who's going to be talking through one of, I would imagine, the greatest finals you ever played in, the 2010 Premier League final, Phil.
Yeah,
Look, I know with darts players, it's all about what player turns up on the day, what form you have on the day. But for a start, it was taking place a day after it was supposed to, wasn't it? Because of the power cut.
yeah. I think he did me well, actually. He did me a favour to have a day off and to get ready. So I had an extra day's practice to get ready for that final, and it just seemed to just click. Why I don't know. I mean, I've practiced like that before, but I've never actually put it on a game before on stage. So it just all seemed to come together that night.
Well, look, the semi-finals, you just demolished Mervyn King, averaging
I
pretty
know,
much 108.
I know.
Just click on the first link there. You walk on stage, the commentators are saying how relaxed you are. You've been shadow boxing with someone. You've been playing pool with Tommy Cox, the tournament director. What were you feeling?
It was good. Yeah, it was good. James was in good mood as well, which was like an extra bonus, really. We're both, we both had an extra day's practice. I can remember in the hotel, Britain's Got Talent was on, and all the contestants were in there, and they were all practicing in the next room to us. So some were dancing, some were singing, some were telling jokes. It was really good. It put everybody in a good, relaxed mood. Yeah, yeah. Just watching Wadey scratching his head. Don't he look young there? Bless him.
Look, at this point, you are the holder of almost every big title, but James is the reigning Premier League champion.
Yeah.
It's a title you want, isn't it? Yeah, that's your title. You want it back.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if you can do it in style, obviously that's even better. But the Premier League, for me, besides Blackpool and the World Championship, was on par with them. You know what I mean? And it was a tournament, but it's a lot more difficult to win. I mean, the World Championship, you can click that 1 week, and you can be the world champion, which is absolutely over the brilliant. But to win the Premier League, it's over 3 months. So you've got to be consistent. Just to qualify, Dan, you have to be consistent and you have to play well every week. Every week to me in the Premier League was a finals night, and it was the atmosphere. I mean, the practice room in them days used to be absolutely brilliant. I mean, everybody was taking the mickey out to everybody. When I did one where I didn't have any points for about 4 weeks, and trust me, I had every joke to mankind thrown at me. Do you know what I mean? Adrian Lewis, I've got more points on my driving license than you've got, type of thing. It was great camaraderie. It was great. It was a pleasure to be in the Premier League then.
Well, this year, you'd gone unbeaten all the way through the league stage. You'd drawn 2 games. James had actually lost his first 3 and come back. But
Yeah.
At this point, you'd played James loads of times and you'd beaten him in a load of finals, but you also knew how dangerous he was. And if you
Yes.
click the next link there,
Well, I'm sitting on 136, and James is on 110, and he's at the 60. Oh, beg your pardon. James won 136, not me. He just took it out, 136, which is on a long format. I wasn't too worried about it. That makes sense. But also, it's like a good when you first go into a fight. That first punch, and you think, right, it's game on now. So your nerves go out the window because you've got no choice now. James is playing well. He's relaxed himself, and he looks really well, to be quite honest with you. So it's a matter of just holding in there and putting him back under pressure.
well, you managed to put him under pressure in the best way possible because the second leg gets underway and bang, you're into it.
174, 174. I was just come up. I'm on for a 9 darter. Do
What are
you
you
know,
thinking
actually,
at this point?
I've actually never watched the game, believe it or not. This is the first time I've actually watched it.
Really?
No, because when it's you don't watch it. It's ever so strange. When you ask people like, I've got friends in Coronation Street, say, do you ever watch it? No, never. You don't like seeing yourself. Oh, I'm on for a 9 here. I am. Got it as well. I couldn't tell you if I got this or not. I probably did.
Talk us through it then, Phil.
Well, I know I want 147. So in mind, you're thinking treble 20, treble 17, double 18, which is the best double for me, double 18. But this is just to draw level, which is the strangest thing in the world. Bang in the middle of treble 17. Come on, in the middle. Ups a daisy, straight in the middle. Boosh. Yeah, that was a good shot.
What's the feeling like? There's so many times, this old idea about the 9-darter, you see a player banging a perfect leg, and then they go to pot, but there's nobody who's hit more than you, so you've got to carry on. But it's only leg 2 here.
Day of the game, yeah, but that's the game when you're gonna do the 9-darters, because James is kicked in with a 1-3-6, and then you're thinking, right, you might as well not be nervous, otherwise you're going to make yourself look stupid here. So what you do then, you just basically concentrate, full concentration, and get back into the game. You know you're practicing well, you know you played well in the semi-final, so you know you've got the game to beat James. But it's all a matter of concentrating. That's all it is. You know what I mean? And when somebody's hitting you back, it's like getting in the ring with Mike Tyson. When somebody's hitting you back all the time, it's a great feeling. It's the worst feeling in the world when you're not playing very well. You know what I mean? I've done it so many times on people, and I'm doing 110 averages, and they're down there on 80-odd averages. It's the worst feeling in the world. But when you're both on song, it's the best feeling in the world.
The crowd are going berserk. You've not given it much in terms of a celebration. James is just trying to. What is it? Just you two? You don't want to give anything away between the pair of you. It's a battle, isn't it?
Well, you can't, Dan, because if you start celebrating because you've hit a 9-darter, which doesn't mean anything bar a let. I mean, I got nothing for it. There's no money for it. You get a handshake, and a clap. It doesn't matter. It's just one leg of darts, and that ain't going to win you the World Championships or the Premier League or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So why dwell on it? Get ready, and then once you get into it, you're thinking, I could actually. I said to Rod Addington before, there could be a couple of 9-darters here. I wasn't thinking I was going to get 2. I actually thought James was going to get 1 as well, because he was playing that well.
Okay,
probably what the best period James ever played, to be honest.
Well, let's skip on to 1547.
So I'm on a 115.84 average. James is on 100 average, and that's a hell of a game, really. To be quite honest with you.
Well, the way that Wadey finishes, James Wade 100 average is like 110 for some players, because those big moments he's going to take out the checkouts.
When he's on song, he is absolutely brilliant on his doubles. Gary Anderson's the same when he's on song. Adie's the same. James is a little bit special on his doubles. And another one I've been playing recently on the doubles is Fallon Sherrin. She is brilliant when she gets down to the finish. She's probably one of the best finishes I've ever seen. But if I had to pick a player in my whole career who was the best finisher, I would say James Wade.
Well, on a similar note, click on the next link, 2555.
I'm 6-3 up. James wants 121. I'm looking at 130. So he wants the ball, and he hit the bullseye. Brilliant shot. So I'm looking up in the air thinking, I wonder if I'd hit that 130. I wish I'd had a shot at it. That's what in your mind you're thinking. But then in the same breath, thinking, don't worry about it. You're 6-4 up. He's still got to break you. And then he's got to win his next leg. So it wouldn't have bothered me that much, in fairness.
At any point in that, you're into the game now. You're into the actual meat of the game. You know you're playing well. You're averaging 110 plus.
Yeah.
Are you thinking another perfect leg's on the way?
Was I thinking? No, I was more concentrating on just winning the leg, Dan. It's ever so strange. Honestly, you just don't think about it. I think you see footballers on football fields, the best they'll ever do and best passes and the best shots they'll ever do is when they're actually not thinking about it. Because the game's that good, your minds, you've gone into like a tunnel where you don't hear the crowd, you don't hear anybody, you don't hear your family, you don't hear the whistles, you don't hear the music. You just totally focus, you blink it. And that was that night. I wish I could do it again now, trust me. I'll be back like a shot.
Because there's a little moment in that next leg, Wade had taken it and you've gone 4 perfect darts into it and you've just missed high on the 5th dart.
Yeah.
Because it must have felt like another 9-darter was within reach.
100%. Yeah. I think it might have been the break when I went to Rod Addington. This could be 2 9-darters. I'm pretty sure I did. Because James was playing so well as well. But great game.
Like when you've got somebody, a lot of darts players talk about when somebody plays better against me, I go, brings the best out of me. When
Yes.
you're pushing each other along, and what's that feel like when you're in a contest like that, where you both know that you're playing somewhere near your peaks?
It's the greatest feeling in your career, to be honest with you. But also, you know, in the back of your mind that you've done the hard work. I was a fanatical practicer, Dan. So I'd done all the scoring, all the bullseyes. Didn't really do a great deal on finishing because, in my mind, if you can hit the bullseye and you can hit treble 20s, you can certainly hit something that's twice the size of it. So I never really practiced a lot on finishes. When I did, I seemed to go off on my scoring. So I was a big scorer and a big bullseye thrower. So I was gathering my darts and a little tiny. That's what I'm doing now. I'm just practicing on the bullseye. I hardly throw at the treble 20 now because it's immaterial. Because when you're gathering all around the bullseye, it works for me. It might not work for you. It might not work for Barney or Michael or Peter Wright, say, but for me, it works. So that's what I do, you know. So, but when you're banging bullseyes after bullseyes after bullseyes, and you treble 20s, you go on that stage with so much confidence, and then as soon as you start playing well, you actually want your opponent to play well, to push you. You've seen boxers say, "I wish I'd been pushed a bit more." You know, they won in the second round, and a lot of them are disappointed because they wanted to just have that battle in the fight, like, you know. It's ever so strange.
Okay, well, we'll skip on. So go 30-20.
Silly, should never, no. And if you're going to come back against me on that kind of score, then you've got to be playing well. But I actually went for ball then because I put my first dart above the treble. Silly.
Can't afford to miss, Wade. Can't afford to miss.
Yeah, he's putting me under pressure now, 7-5. And he doesn't miss. He's brilliant on double 10. Best double 10 player in the league. So we'll have to change that time now, Dan, when I'm in front.
Well, let's go to 38-08. Because James Wade is coming back at you now.
Yeah, he wants 40 for 7 each. He's done brilliant there.
You've been in control of this game, and then Wade has found a way back at you. He's a guy you've beaten in 10 finals leading up to this. He's never beaten you in a final, and yet he's given you the biggest test that you've had in a big...
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But I've just noticed he's come back to 7 each, which I never knew because I was not facing him, but he was blowing a little bit there. I could feel him getting a little... When you come back sometimes and you get level, you put all the hardest work to get back, and then you seem to drop off again. I'm guessing this is the 9 darter. But again, it was just for one leg. It's ever so weird. You can do 9 darters and not put the opponent off. Well, that just shows you how credible James is, how good he was, or how good he is. Just hit a 180, Phil. There you go. And it's perfect as well.
Even you, Phil, you've not hit 2 9 darters in a game before up until this point.
No.
Are you still in that tunnel? Are you still blinkered? Or are you able to think about what you might be about to do here?
Well, again, I hit the second 180, and he's following me with the 180. So he's pushing me all the time. So I wasn't actually thinking about the 9. If I had it done, I think I'd have missed. Double 12.
Celebrated that one, didn't
you? I never moved that fast for years. Now, Wade, James has got a bit of a smile on there, but even he's thinking, I'll get you back. I'll get you.
Well, look, you said at the start of the game you hit the 9 darter. Don't celebrate, it's just one leg. You couldn't help it then. That's a moment of history.
No, I had to, because I was under pressure. I was getting nervous. You come back to 7 each, and in your mind, you're thinking, you've blown this. You should have been 8-4 up or 8-5 up or whatever, and you've blown it. Now it's 7 each, and you're under pressure. And the best way to get yourself out of pressure is doing that. That's all you can do, really, and try your best. I'd have been happy with 11 darter, I'll be honest with you, or 12 darter.
Well, you didn't stop there either, because this leg, you just keep on battering the treble.
Keep going. Do you know, I've never watched this before. How weird. Oh, he's back in again. I think if I'd have been watching this, I'd have been nervous as well. Watching you play or anybody play.
Like, there's a little smile on your face there, but and you're blowing a bit. Like, that's adrenaline, isn't it?
Yeah, because I'm thinking one more leg and I'm 9. I'm on the hill. So it's first 1 to 10. So I'm thinking, come on, just get this leg now. Just win the leg. I've got the understacker. God, I wish I'd have done this one, Dan. I really do. I'll give Michael Van Gerwen something to think about. Hey, he's been breaking my records. I'll just break this one.
I love the reaction here.
Treble 17. What a muppet. Oh, Philly.
You deserved a slap for that.
I did. He couldn't give me a kiss. He thought I meant giving me a kiss. I'm going to slap. Oh, are they getting booed now? How weird.
What's it like up on stage? I mean, I'm just really interested what it's like between you and Wadey there, because there's still a massive title to be won here, and it sort of breaks the tension a bit, but it's still a big game that it's coming to the crucial stages here.
Yeah. But it wasn't just us up there. It was the whole atmosphere, the crowd. I mean, I'd probably say that was probably, bar from the finals I was in, when it went down to a tiebreak, the last leg, that was the best atmosphere game I've ever played in my career. And I've played in some cracking atmospheres. Some hostile, some with you, some against you, whatever. But that, per player, I think that's the best atmosphere I've ever played in. And probably James might say the same as well.
So you've done 2 9-darters and a 10-darter. You're on the hill. You've opened up that gap again. It's 9-7.
Yeah.
Do you think you've got this now? I've got him.
No, not at all. Because in the back of your mind, you're thinking. I always used to, when I got to like nine legs and the first 1 to 10, I'd think to myself, the next leg is the first game. Forget about you're going to win the title or how much money is involved. To me, it was the first leg of the first set. So don't even think about it. Go in there and try and hit them. Come out the blocks like Usain Bolt and come out as fast and as hard as you can, and then put them under pressure, because they've got to take the darts against you. So that was always in my mind. So if James was his dart next leg, and then it's let's say it's 9-8, then it's your darts. Then make sure you go at least 4 tons on the chart, or at least a ton, 140 or something, just to give yourself a chance. All you need in the last leg is a shot at a double, whatever double it is, it don't matter. But it's a bullseye, okay. Double 1, double 2, and that was in, that used to be in my mind.
Well, click the next bit then. All you need is a shot at a double. Doesn't matter what double. How about 3 darts in your hand, looking at tops, Phil?
Oh no! Don't tell me I missed it. Oh, that's a mile away. Oh, he's on the way. I've got to go right now. Oh no! But in your mind, even though I missed a double, in my mind I'm thinking I'm still playing well enough to have a shot the next leg. That was for the title as well. Can you believe it? James won 16. Double top. I bet you hits it first dart. Boom. Brilliant. Under pressure, that was so good.
And I'm looking at it now. He celebrates. You smile. Like, what do you think? You've nicked that. It should be my title now, or do you just have to hold your hands up and say that's a heck of a shot under the circle?
Listen, that was pure bottle, I think, or adrenaline. I don't know what it was, but for some reason I just didn't hit the double. When I started, I can't remember what I was thinking, but probably you're going to win the title here. But I forgot where I was, and I forgot what part of the game it was. But we got there. I know I got there in the end anyway.
Yeah, you did, because you did manage to. You put in an excellent leg in this one, the 18th leg. So just talk us that you know that it's on the horizon. You're going to go to a position here where you hold nearly every single major TV title, but you're still blinkers on here, aren't you? You're not even aware. Are you even thinking I've created history by hitting 2 9-darters, or are they just legs in the past?
No.
You're going to get to think about once it's finished.
No, not now. I'm thinking the score. He's on 301. I'm on 321. So bang a 140, and that's what you mind. Get on that 181. Make him to have to hit a 180 to get in front. So once And sport is a reaction against a reaction. So as soon as they pull 20 points in front, you've got to whack them. You really have got to hit them down. Down. You've got to get in front and keep the pressure on. So 187, 127. I'm thinking treble 19 now, just to leave 50. Well, I've left 78. 88, I beg your pardon. My adding up's not as good as what it used to be. But that's why we have markers on scorers on the television. Absolutely brilliant game, though. Even watching it, it's exciting.
Look, just talk us through what you're feeling when this goes in.
I'm thinking treble 20, double 14, or 20, 18 ball. So obviously, it's treble 20's gone in. Now, just throw at it. Throw straight at it. I've hit the wire, so now you've got a good lead there. Bump, it's gone in. That was, even James, you can see his reaction. He was shattered, the lad was. He's put everything he could into that one, bar the kitchen sink. That was brilliant.
Do you realise at this point how big that game was? Like, when you've just won it there, when does it dawn on you what you've achieved?
It doesn't. It's just a game. It's just a tournament. Like you know, you're doing tournaments week after week after week. It's only the reaction from the press or the reaction from the people that have watched you, the general public, when you go into exhibition work or you're meeting people in petrol stations or service stations or wherever you meet people, supermarkets. They are the ones what tell you. You know, that was fantastic. Yourself, you're thinking about. I mean, you probably won the Premier League on the Sunday or the Monday, and then you're playing another tournament on the Saturday. So you're going home, putting the trophy down and getting ready for the next one. The UK Open, as Bob just said. Yeah, so it's all about, you know, forget that now. If you dwell on that, you'll lose your next tournament. And you can't do that when you've just been Wembley and done 2 9-darters. How can you go to UK Open and get beat? You can't.
And then right at the end, not only have you played one of the greatest finals of all, Stephen Fry comes on stage and chats with your hands as you get the trophy handed to you.
Yeah. We kept in touch, actually, me and Stephen. We used to text each other a lot. Yeah, he's a lovely fella. I mean, to me, he's like the Queen Mother. You know, everybody seems to love Stephen Fry. I think he's brilliant. So, yeah, that was an extra bonus. And when I found out he was in the commentary box, that was even... I mean, I did hear a quote where he says, I'm like a pig in Chardonnay. And I thought that was brilliant.
Well, you'd go on and win the Premier League again after that. You won the World Championship again, the World Match Play. But that campaign and that final, unbeaten throughout the whole year in the Premier League, 108 average in the semi-finals, 111 in the final and 2 9-darters, and only winning it by 2 legs. You needed those 9-darters, didn't you? That's got to be right up there. It's one of the greatest games ever played.
Well, that particular year, we didn't get the game of the year. Simon Whitlock won it, apparently. But James, I remember James coming to me and he shook me and he went, I wasn't good enough. And I went, James, you were well good enough, trust me. Do you know what I mean? I think there's just legs in there where we nicked off each other. Because the result could have been the other way around as well. You know, James could have beat me 10-8 or 10-9, whatever. But it was so close and so good of a game. You don't think about it now. You just get up there, you do your job, and then you put the trophy down. The money gets transferred into your bank account, and then you get ready for your next one. It really is that ruthless. Because the week after, the younger players now, they don't care if you've just done 2 9-darters. They are after your scalp the week after.